Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
And we are back now with Marie Mongrain. She is our fantastic friend, coach, mom, and so much more. I gotta go for the mom card. I see all your children in the background. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm just gonna show it since it's there.
Oh, who is who? Oh my goodness. Now, how many kids do you have? You have two?
I have two. So I have my youngest here in pink, which is Emily, and she's 4 years old. And my oldest here is Sophie, which is 6 years old.
Beautiful. Yep, just like me. I got the 4 and 6 year old, two little boys. Well, you look beautiful. We decided to match a little bit with the little diamonds in black, which I love. Let's talk a little bit about your company and you as a life coach. Please introduce yourself.
Yes, I am Mary of Mongrain. I live in Brossard. Now I'm gonna brand myself as I live in Brossard because I'm not in Montreal really. And I have a story to tell you about this. So I'm a life coach. I've got into life coaching 2 years ago. I started in neurosciences. I discovered my spiritual side a little before that. And so now I'm helping people with their spiritual awakening, in their journey of self-love. So I work with limiting beliefs, fears, and just going back and reframing all those childhood traumas that, that are our coping mechanism that we use today to protect ourselves. And now we're going to step into a love frequency instead of a fear frequency. So that's what I like to do.
Great. Well, we love having you here. Now, you work with people worldwide as a coach. What are some of the types of things as a life coach you can help someone with who's listening or watching us today?
A lot of people I've worked with right now, it's a little more quiet, and I'm okay with that. But I've worked with people who felt overwhelmed with work. They don't like their work. I feel with, especially to myself as well, right? The clients I get are a reflection of my own inner beliefs, but people who feel unworthy of love, unworthy of money. I work with people who want to gain more money, like to attract money without having to put all the effort. Because for me, when I got my inheritance, when my husband passed away, I had, quite a bit of money, and the fear of losing it all, the fear of it's not enough, or I won't have enough for the long term. I had a lack mindset. Oh my God, I could see everything that could go wrong instead of seeing everything that was going right. And so to stop allowing people's opinion on me and my situation to affect my vibration. So I help people with this feeling so I did say unworthy, but also I felt like a bad mother. So guilt, especially in grief, you go through all the ranges of emotion. So I help people with their grief, sadness, powerlessness. Oh my God, I don't know what to do. I feel stuck, right? So I help people reframe these things.
Got it. And now in particular, you've worked with quite a few different people, right? From their anxiety, from their stress, people doing career changes and services. How do you do it all as a mom? I commend you. It's a lot. And as a single mom, right?
When I discovered love attraction, that I create my reality through my vibration and thoughts. I discovered that usually I was the type of person who would go forward, action. I want to be successful. And then I learned that was the masculine energy. And I learned to step into my feminine energy and to see that everything is energy. Everything is vibration. If I feel stressed, I'm going to go into a situation and I'm going to reflect, people are going to reflect that they're stressed too. If I feel I'm going to be late, I get there, and of course I am late because the universe always proves me right? Yeah. So, and I add evidence of this. I start slowly. It's been 3 years I've been working with this, but to know that everything is the right timing, but it's my timing. I'm never late on my own life. Because when you start comparing yourself to others, oh, they have this, oh, they're going faster.
Yes.
They have so many followers. But I know I'm going to get there, but I don't have to have it right now. Right? I don't need the evidence that I'm successful to say I'm successful. I choose that I am. And then I let the universe bring me the evidence at the pace that I'm comfortable with.
Could you talk more about that law of attraction that you believe in? Could you enlighten us about that?
Yes. So it's just about how you feel. It's actually, the emotion is just a frequency, right? So you're here, you feel happy, you attract everything that is on that happiness frequency. If you feel sad, you will attract everything that's on that sadness frequency. So it's not the people that make you sad. It's not the people that trigger your sadness that's already within. So all circumstances are just neutral. They're not good, they're not bad. but the lens, the perspective I put on that story is what will get my emotional response out of it, right? So a guy, for me, example, a guy doesn't want to be with me. I can choose it's good or I can choose it's bad. I can give him the power to make me sad or say, well, somebody better is going to come along, right? The universe always has my back. And for me, I had to work with this, because if you believe things happen to you, I could be like, oh my God, my husband died. I'm done. Or I can say, well, the universe has my back. It happened for a reason. And I know if I'm honest with me, I want better, right?
Yeah.
It happened. I know it's unfortunate, but that was the best outcome for me and him and the girls. I don't know how yet, but I know it's the best outcome for everyone, right? Because if you go with the spiritual aspect of death, there's no death. There's a transition. You go back to source. You go back to having everything you want without the resistance. I follow Abraham Hicks for those who know her. So yeah. And so that's why now, instead of chasing, because I did get arrested for, chasing a guy I love, I need to prove myself. And I'm like,
no,
I feel like this is such a weird story, but when I got into this story, I started to be conscious. I'm thinking this is happening. So I could see why things were stretching out in time. Why is he saying this? Oh, because I'm thinking this myself. Why did this happen? Because I'm thinking this myself. Because it could have gotten a lot shorter, but I want control. I want to control the outcomes. Instead of saying, the universe, do your job. I have the best lawyer. I don't need to do anything. He's going to ask me what he needs to, and everything's going to be resolved. Yeah. Or just everything's going to be resolved. But for me, so this story, I'm the girl who doesn't drink. I'm the girl who never smoked, never used drugs, I skipped class once in high school. I had really good grades. So I'm like the perfect person, like the perfect girl who doesn't do anything bad. Yeah. Sometimes over the driving limit, and then here I am like getting arrested for it. I'm like, okay, this is like, for me, the ego was like, ugh. But I got to enjoy the process. Instead of saying, oh my God, this is a bad thing.
Yeah.
How can I use this to my advantage, right? How can I use this circumstance, which was just a match to how I felt and my thoughts, and use this? And then that's when I discovered law of attraction. I'm like, you create your reality. I'm like, you create the good, but you create the bad as well, if you see it as bad, right?
Absolutely. Well, it's fascinating because you have this positive energy around you that's just, clearly we could all see it, feel it, hear it. And, I want that. So it's good. I'm attracted to you and what you have to bring to the table for so many of our listeners out there who are in need of so much help. Let's tell them how we can get in touch with you, just to point that out, if you don't mind.
Yes.
Is the website? Go ahead.
My website is maryofmongrain.com. Actually, though, today we're October 5th. It is down right now. The website is down, so I'm not saying later it won't be tomorrow. So you can actually today and every time you can contact me through Instagram, which is Mary Mongrain 90. If Instagram and Facebook are down like yesterday, you can contact me through TikTok. I do have a TikTok account as well with my story. My story is all over there. Like there's like hundreds of videos of me telling my story and all the good and the bad that happened. The handle is Mary Mongrain 90. So you can contact me through there, and phone number if you want, you can always message me or call me.
Old school way. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yes. 151. Oh my goodness. 594. Oh my God. I'm going to get back to you. I don't even know my phone number right now.
Is it the number that is it 579 or no?
Yes, it is.
579-594-7111. So that's 579-594-7111. And the website will be up and running again soon. Don't worry. And that's MARIEVEMONGRAIN.com. Now, reading your notes again, this is... Talk to me about the root cause of someone's issue. How do you get to the root cause? Talk about your coaching programs and what do you have to offer? How long do you need to work with someone to change this type of behavioral pattern and, shift?
Sure. Actually, I offer 3 months program, because if you want to go long term when you're starting into this, it's always good to have a program that's 3 months, even 3 months. Like I've been working on me for 3 years. And I've done this work on me like daily, but to start, because I'm in the energy of the solution, you don't need to work 3 years on yourself, right? I already know the cause, like I already know what your brain is thinking and why you're attracting these kind of things. So I already can help that way. But like in a session where we'll go and you want to try it now? Want to try it?
Sure.
I can talk about it all day long, but until you live it, I was called a reframe ninja. And even people in the collective of Nick Bro, which is the program I'm taking, I have some friends that are like using my name as a verb. So you've been marrying now? So yeah. So is there an emotion right now that you feel very heavy or that's stronger with you in your daily life?
I would say stress. I have a lot of stress. Yes.
Okay. So on a scale of 0 to 10, how strong is that stress feeling? 10 being super like, oh my God, it's overwhelming, and 0, it's gone.
Today is actually like a 7 day, so I feel a lot better. But normally with the working and balancing the kids and then the after school activities and the sports, and it's hard because I'm a single mom. So to try to juggle and then have to rely on, well, let me see if his dad's available or the babysitter's coming. But today was an easy day. I mean, honestly, but overall, I'm worried about, providing for my children, being a worker, being a good mom, and also being that sports mom. So, yeah, it wears on me sometimes, but that's normal. I'm not going to complain.
But that's not
much.
normal. No, but that's just a belief, right? Because I'm a single mom, things are hard. That's a belief.
Yeah.
Not every single mom thinks it's hard, right? It's just, if you believe it's hard, the universe say, okay, she thinks it's hard. Let's bring her evidence.
Okay. I mean, it's so easy. It's so easy juggling
But
like
then,
kids.
right now,
You're right. No, the positive mindset. Okay.
But it's not to bypass it, right? You gotta go, okay, it's hard. Now, what can I change? Because if I say this, I'm creating my reality to what I'm saying. So the stress feeling, you have not answered my question yet. Stress feeling, I feel stress on a scale of 0 to 10. How strong is it?
Right now, it's a 7.
7, perfect. I feel stressed because, and I want you to give me like short answer. First thing that comes up. And I don't want you to start thinking with your head. And say, well, I won't say this because that sounds
I'm just going to say whatever. So I feel stressed because I have too much to do during the day and I'm not getting enough sleep. And
okay. So you want to use the I have too much to do or I don't have enough sleep? Which
too
one?
Much to do.
I have too much to do. Okay. Because the not enough sleep is just a circumstance, right? Of all of this. So I feel I have too much to do because
I have a lot of things on my plate to do.
But it's a choice, right? Yeah. I have all of this. I choose because in life, when we feel powerless, a lot of times because I have to, all of this is coming at me, but you still have the choice. You're the one choosing to do those things that way, right? Yeah. Because you feel like I have to do all these things because there's a part of you that believes if you don't do them, you're not good enough. If you don't do them, you're not
I'm going to let my kids down because they want to do these sports after school. So it's really them. But I do have to do the work. I do have to do the responsibilities of getting them up and getting them out. And I have to work. But then the after activities, it's not for me. It's for them. But I can't let them down. So I do feel like I have to do it.
That is, you cannot let them down, but the universe is there to provide for them. Okay. If there's one day, there's a friend like, oh, mama, my friend wants to come and pick me up. That would be a way to help you to relieve that stress.
Yes.
Right? So, but if you say, I'm the only one who can provide this, the universe is going to be like, okay, she wants to control. This is the only way she believes she can get her kids to those activities. Then she's going to have to do it on her own. But if you're like, okay, universe, now I love my kids. I want to be there for them. I want them to grow and be who they want to be. I would also like to have some me time and I can go and see them, but I have a hard time. So please, however, they get there. I am okay with it if it's not me, right?
Yeah.
And then you're going to start attracting these people that are like, oh, I can bring your kid. I notice you're a single mom. Can I bring your kids? I know you're working so you don't know the people you're going to start attracting when you start letting the universe and all the how things are going to happen.
Wow. Right? Yesterday I got an email from the new class parent of my son's pre-K. And she says, she said she's widowed, which is, sad. She's like, but I'm home alone all the time. She's like, if anyone needs help with their kids, she said, if you need to pick up or drop off, let me know. And I was like, that was so nice that she wrote it to everyone in the class. But I'm thinking, just in case I need help, now I have her, right? I mean, that's a great thing. I never thought I'd have that backup, which is awesome.
And also just for her as a widow myself, sometimes you don't want to use that because you're like, I don't want to put more on her plate, right? You don't want to put more on her plate. But actually for me personally, I would have when I have kids, because right now your kids are like all over you. Like, I want to play with mommy, blah, blah. I'm like, I don't want to play with you. I'll be honest. I don't want to play with my kids all the time. I will go do outings. I'll go do fun things, but like not all the time. But now when they have friends over, they go play with their friends. I'm like, yeah, I would be okay if other parents like bring your kid. My kid's going to play together. It helps me be in alignment with like, I'm going to make healthy meals, healthy snacks, right?
Yeah.
So don't be afraid to use her. Like, she's offering it because she also, of course, she might be lonely as well, right? She's looking for friends, maybe. No, but it's going to be mutual. Like it's not a give, it's a give. So, but I feel I have too much to do. I feel this way because
I just do. I do.
Okay, and what is the worst thing that could happen if you had less things?
The worst thing that could happen, I think it's a good thing if there's less things in my life. I feel a little more relaxed, a little at ease, able to be happier and a little less stressed out and not take it out on my kids. Yelling this, no, yeah. So I think it would help me just overall as a person, me, let alone everyone else around me.
So why do you not choose to do less?
I feel like I can't.
Okay, I feel like I can't. How strong is that on a scale of 0 to 10?
10.
And I feel like I can't because
I would let my children down. Most importantly. Yeah, because if I'm not working, I can't feed them. If I'm not taking them to sports, something they want to do, they'll be upset if I don't do it. But okay. Gosh, this is getting deep.
Oh yeah. And I feel I would let my kids down because
they want to do these activities that I could care less if they do, but they want to do it. So I have to be their support system to take them.
But you're not the only one, right? If you believe you're the only one who can be their support system, that means their dad's not going to step up the plate. Their other people are not going to step up the plate because the universe is going to keep proving your point. I'm the only support system, right? If you believe that, I don't know how you were raised, but if you believe you're the only one, this is all you get. And so you staying home doesn't mean your kids don't get to do those things, right?
Yeah.
It does not mean that their life is changed because actually, if you do something that's good for you, it's better energetically wise than doing something that is out of like, I don't want to do it, but I'm doing it because I feel forced, right? You don't want to have friends over that are your friends just because they're forced to love you.
You're
want
right.
people who are there genuinely and like really want to be there, right? If somebody has a lot on their plate, please do your thing before you come and see me. I don't want you to have resentment against me for not having done your stuff, right?
No, I get it. But you're right. I can look for other ways. And
it's not your job to look for other ways. It's the universe's job to look for.
It'll happen.
And there's an example that for me, that changed my whole perspective on life is imagine it's a hockey game. You're on a hockey team. And I may have said it before, but it's a hockey team and you're the one playing and you have the puck around and then you go around and you go around and then you try to score once in a while, but the rest of the team is like, hey, over here. And you're like, no, it's me. I'm the one doing the work, right? It's fun to have the ego side saying, I did it myself.
Yeah.
Right? It's fun to have that boost of like, yeah, I did it myself. I feel proud. There's other ways to feel proud, right? In receiving the help and support. But now you're like, okay, we score once in a while, but I know I missed a couple of times. But if I use my whole team and say, here, I'm giving you the puck, now go score. I can sit on the bench and still win the game.
Got it.
Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But that team is your hockey team, is your spiritual,
is your okay, got it.
You don't have to see what's going on behind the scene, right? I have one client, she said, I can't see, I want a boyfriend or I want this job. I can't see the movement, like because I don't see it, I don't believe it. I told her, do you see the leaves in my tree that are moving right now? Well, she's like, no, why? Well, they're moving. Because you don't see it does not mean it's not happening, right?
True. Yeah.
So for me, I'm like, because for me, I see it. I see the movement. The universe knows that your perfect partner is coming because he's doing the inner work. He's working his ass off to get the money. He's doing all of these things. And I'm sorry if I said the word.
It's okay. You could say it. It's fine. You could say ass.
But because you don't see it does not mean things are not happening. People are evolving as you change yourself, as you change your belief. Because when you work and you change beliefs, you're not the same person that you were 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Right? When you're like, I can start being more at ease and say, okay, let me try this thing here. And then you believe change, everybody in your whole vibration changes. You're going to attract different behaviors from the people around you. And by doing this work, and a lot of people who are co-parenting with parents that they would prefer not to.
Yes.
By working on your inner self, because that parent is also a mirror of the triggers you still haven't, like the wounds you haven't healed inside, right?
Yes.
You see his face or you see your name, like, oh my God, I'm upset. Like, ugh, it drives me nuts. Okay, well, let's go see where. Let's go see why. How do you feel when that person is around? You feel unseen. You feel unheard. Okay, well, let's go see where that unheard feeling is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, you're so ultra independent. Ultra independence is also a trauma response. Like, I cannot count on my caregivers. So I cannot count on my parents to give me the emotional support I need.
Yeah.
Therefore, I have to take care of me. And then you learn to rely on yourself. And so you're like, yeah, I can do it better, because every time you ask for help, nobody was there to support you the way you needed it.
Yeah.
Then you made the belief that you're the only one who can provide what you need. But this is a belief that you start changing. And for me, that I was a control freak. I would plan the good thing, the worst scenario, the worst case scenario, all the time. I would leave.
Guilty.
Crying, because every time I would leave, I would be sad, thinking it would be the last time I would see them, and just like be crying, like, I'm so loving because I cry every time I leave. But no, that's just a response that I've worked now. And going from anxiety and thinking like every worst thing that could go wrong to now, like, okay, I don't need to control. I don't want to control anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say yes. I will follow my highest excitement and say yes, yes. If it's a yes, yes, it means it's the right path. If it's a yeah, maybe, or yeah, no, it's not alignment yet. That means it's a no.
Got it.
So for me, that's how it works. And so they want to do the activities. Okay, you can do it, right? And then you will find, like, the universe is going to help you release, either find some holes that you're going to feel okay with bringing them, but you don't have to stay there all the time, right? You can bring them, come back home if it's part of it. Like, the universe is going to bring you these opportunities, but it's going to switch. It's going to switch. So if you were in that mindset, you attracted all the activities that they wanted to do, just because you feel overwhelmed. So you're going to attract everything that makes you feel overwhelmed. So once you go and like, okay, I don't have to do all of this. I'm doing it because I feel like a bad mother if I don't. Right now you're doing something to compensate the feeling of feeling like a bad mother. It's not because you're a good mom, it's because you don't want to feel crappy.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So you're overcompensating, and it's like, okay, their happiness is on me, but their happiness is also on them. And the only way you're going to see happiness in them is when you start seeing happiness within yourself.
Got it. Yeah. I would love for them to see me less anxious, less uptight. You know,
the more you relax, is good for them, right?
Yeah.
If it's your highest excitement to be relaxed, and just, it's to their best advantage, because they live with you all the time.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, going to do 5 activities during the week, or doing 3 and having a mom who's happier and having a happier life, right? So for me, I used to yell at my kids too. Like, after my husband passed away, I was always the nice mom, like always like, okay. And then I started yelling at my kids. I felt guilty. I felt, oh my God, I'm causing trauma. I don't want to cause trauma for later. I'm going to pay for therapy when they're older. But now I could see,
yeah,
that behavior, whatever, has only triggered my pain.
Yeah.
Right? It's not the kid's behavior. I don't have to yell at them. So I started apologizing. Like, I know you're just a kid. It's okay if you drop a glass. Be careful. And I know she dropped the glass because of how I felt, because I know it's all energy, right? I can say it's them. No, because I felt like this, I'm attracting these things that are triggering it for it to be healed. And so I cannot blame my kids if you broke the glass. Okay, well, we'll just get another one. Or, oh my God, like, what did you do? Right? It's a choice.
Yeah.
Still, you can become conscious of the why you react like this. That's why we say, oh, I feel stressed. Okay, well, this is why I'm yelling. It's not at my kids I'm upset. I'm upset at me because I wasn't there to take care of them. Or like, for me, that was it. Oh, she broke the glass because I wasn't there watching her. Or like, so it was, the upset was not about the kid, it was about me.
Got it. So advice, I mean, we have 2 minutes left here. So tell me some things I should be working on and doing then. And, for people listening at home, what are some of the techniques now that I could practice to try to be that more relaxed, calm mom?
So just say, okay, what is this situation mirroring of me? It's not about them because it's just a circumstance. How do I feel?
Okay.
Oh, I don't feel respected. I don't feel supported, right? Because it's not the kids, because you're single. Right?
Yeah.
I did this. It's not because I'm alone doing this here, like this activity, and I'm stressed out and not just tired. It's because I'm single because my husband died. Like I had to say, it's not because of my kids. Their needs are perfectly fine. It's because I'm by myself trying to provide all of this for them. Because he's dead. Like I always like, okay, how does that make me feel? I feel unsupported. Oh, so it's not my kids, bro. Like they can break glasses. If you have someone at home, it doesn't trigger because you have someone else like to help you clean up, right?
Yeah.
So it's not the kids. Like, just say, oh, what's the mirror? How do I feel right now? Not how they make me feel. How am I feeling right now? And then it's called the 5 whys. There's that's one of the technique, but it's not that same technique. Just go, I feel this way because I feel this way because I feel this way because
I feel this way because. Okay.
Until you find something that's outside.
Okay.
Because they said so. When my
it.
mom told me that before. And then we're going to reframe that.
All right. Well, thank you. So Maria Mongrain, tell us one more time how we can get in touch with you, please.
Yes, you can find me on Instagram and TikTok at MaryMongrain90. And you can also find me on maryfmongrain.com when the website is back on.
Great. Thank you so much for your time. Have a great day. We appreciate it. Looking forward to the next time we speak. Bye-bye.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
Mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house. And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.